Hey guys, Julius Meniscus here. Welcome to a new series. This is my like a new mini series I'm starting. I'm not sure whether it's going to be on like games or film. I haven't decided, or even TV shows. But or maybe all of it. You know what? Fuck it, all of it. I've decided. I'm just going to pick whatever I like, and you're all going to have to fucking live with it. But for now, we're going to do a special one. We're going to do Sorry, first of all, I should explain what we're doing. Sorry, this is fucking again 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not in the right frame of mind to do this, but fuck my health. My exams are over. Anyway, so this mini series is called WWW². Um, it's a name in progress. I kind of like the name, but you know, if we don't like it because you know it's kind of hard to say, we'll change it up a bit. And it's basically what went well, what went wrong, and I talk about what went well and what went wrong in certain like games, films, TV shows, whatever. And then I give like my overall verdict, and that's it. That's my review done. I feel like that's a nice, concise little way of doing it. You get your positives, you get your negatives, and then I give my verdict to how shit the thing is. And speaking of shit, today we've got a special one. So today, me and my friends, we went to a lovely place in Basildon, and we saw a lovely little film called Transformers: The Last Night. I'm gonna hold my verdict to the end. Naturally, I know what the fuck the verdict is, but because I think we all know what the verdict is going to be at the end. Let's start with the what went wells of this viewing. And there's actually quite a lot of them. I'm going to be honest. When I was making my list, because I'm now professional or some shit like that. I don't even know. I was like, oh okay, that's actually quite a lot of stuff. And to start with, I thought the first act of the thing was pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, the first act was quite nice. It started off with what the fuck did it actually start with? You see, this is the problem. It's too unmemorable, and I'm fucking autistic, so I just don't fucking remember stuff. Um, it started off TFL. The girl. The fuck it. I don't care. Oh fuck yeah! It started off with King Arthur and like how the entire like Autobots lined up into the story, in of King Arthur and all that sort of stuff, and they tried to like mash it all up. And that's pretty cool. I don't mind that. Yeah, history. Try and tie it in with history. I don't mind that. I saw in the trailers, King Arthur. You got the Nazis like during World War II. Sure, why not? I could accept the fact that Autobots and Decepticons were there fighting a battle since the beginning of time. After all, at the beginning of Age of Extinction, it showed them they were actually the ones who killed all the dinosaurs. In like number two, it showed us that they're the ones that gave Neanderthals the stone, like the wheel. I think it was something like that. I don't fucking remember. It was I saw this years ago, back when I was immature, about 2 months ago. But yeah, sorry, off topic. Yeah, the first act was nice. It introduced the giant dragon. It introduced what we were meant to be trying to get. There was a bit of comedy from Merlin. Wouldn't say it was funny comedy, but it's definitely there for some audiences, such as people who like Amy Schumacher. Yes. And then it cut to present day. It cut to the fact that Autobots are still being hunted, all that sort of stuff. There's kids about. They want to go, check out the robots. That's fine. That's cool. They find a robot that's still there. They find not an Autobot, and like an old knight. He's just like around. He's like a grey Jedi. He's just not. He's just not part of the story. He's just there, and he like wakes up. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, what the fuck!" And then like military robots come in and try to kill it. And then like the main child character comes in and saves them, and then Mark Wahlberg saves all of them, and then they fuck off to the like junkyard that he owns. So that's pretty much the first act, kind of summarized. There's also like Anthony Hopkins in Britain. He's like, yes, tea. Uh, but it's nice. It had a bit of character development. We saw like the Autobot. We saw like the thing that Optimus Prime. He fucked off to Cybertron, or Unicron or whatever. I'm not going to give major spoilers away. I'm going to give slight spoilers away because I don't know how to do a non-spoiler review. But yeah, he fucked off. So like there was a little scene I quite liked it. The fucking green samurai robot from Age of Extinction, who no one knows whose name was, had a fight with Bumblebee because he was like, "You're not the leader of the Autobots." You know, that's a cool plot development. Um, but they didn't really bring that up ever again. But we'll talk about that later on. Another thing I like is the fact that the robots, they look kind of cool. They've got, you know, they always look cool. Ever since the first one, they've always, not the first one, not like the animated series, the Michael Bay ones. They've always looked cool. There's a lot of gears and stuff. Bumblebee has like a new mask. Optimus has a new mask. Megatron slash Galvatron, he looks kind of gay, but hey, what can I say? It all looks just visually impressive, and you know, fine, I can accept that. It looks nice. That's when you know that's one of the main points of a video. You know it's not going to be good. But yeah, another thing I liked is the fact the fucking kids aren't the main characters. Whilst I didn't mind the kids, they had some funny moments.
He's me. Wow. Who is he?
As far as you're concerned, my boyfriend.
How long's that been going on?
They were there for only like 15 minutes, and that was fine. That was perfect. It showed that people are still interested in Transformers. They're still interested in Autobots. They want to find out what's happening. They want to, like, you know, like Autobots are just a relic of their past now. They're actually part of the fucking human society. That's kind of cool. And they showed it through kids. I fucking hate kids in movies. I know that's a bit hypocritical because I like kids in some movies. Home Alone. Yeah, the fact that they weren't there for a long time and they weren't the main characters of the fucking thing is fine. That is good. Well done Michael Bay for actually listening to reason and having Mark Wahlberg, who I actually don't mind as a main character. Mark Wahlberg's fine. I actually don't know whether I prefer him or Shia LaBeouf. I mean, I know one's an inventor, one's just a regular guy who goes to university or college or whatever. But you know, they both are quite funny. Mark Wahlberg's just sarcastic, and that speaks to me on a spiritual level. So I'm down with it. Another thing is that it's it's Michael Bay's last one. Yeah, the fifth one in the series. Michael Bay says that this is going to be the last one he's ever going to write or direct. I don't know what the fuck he does. I don't remember. But he said this is going to be the last one he's going to do. Whether that holds true in the future, we'll find out. But you know, it's nice to know. It's like hearing Stephen Moffat has died of like 7 different types of cancer. So Brian Davis has to do Doctor Who again. He's like come out of retirement. That would be lovely. But yeah, so it's nice. It's nice to hear that that's happening for us. Another thing is we finally get to see England. We finally actually get to see other places, you know, into the mix. I know number 4 like heavily was in China and Japan or wherever the fuck it was, Hong Kong. Yeah, I don't really remember. But this time we had like it was like mostly in England. The second and third acts were in England, and you know that's cool. I like that. Home country, big up my boys, says the immigrant. But yeah, England is a fine place. However, there are some drawbacks. We'll get onto that later. We'll get onto it actually quite quickly, because the last thing is that the supporting cast, they're actually quite enjoyable. For example, as I said, the other Autobots, Grimlock is an arsehole. We're gonna ignore Grimlock. He's not an actual Transformer. We're just gonna he's like the Paradigm Daleks. Not to keep using Doctor Who references, but he should be wiped out of fucking existence. I don't know the names. Hot Rod I found enjoyable because he was French / African. The accent was just quite funny. But he was just like a B-Tech Bumblebee, but it was still vaguely funny. Cogman, he's like the British Butler Ninja, as they referenced him.
Chosen. Hey, who's a cute little 10-man?
Who are you? Some crazy ninja butler?
He had some funny moments as well. There's like the red ninja warrior man from 4. He looks he's quite cool. He did a little team up with the Green Ninja one, and they like killed one guy instantly. It was pretty cool. And then there's like the human cast as well. So as I said before, the kids they're pretty chill. They don't do much apart from provide a bit of racial banter, and then they just like, you know, further the plot along from time to time, and then turn up in the final act for no fucking reason at all. apart from actually no, they're literally useless. But it's good that they're useless. And then they've got like the new in number 4 there was the guy with the weird like curly hair. I don't remember his name. He was one who called the daughter his uncle and then said the daughter was hot, which was weird, but also vaguely funny. They replaced him with like a geeky black guy, like a skinny geeky black guy, like your stereotypical guy. It was quite funny because he was like, "Hey man, I don't want to be shot, man, help me." He was just very stereotypical, and he was like, "This wasn't in the advert when they get blown up." I mean, yeah, he's got some good bands. Anthony Hopkins, he's an okay supporting guy. He helps further the plot along. So I have no fault for him. He isn't really a major part of the movie, to be fair. Like halfway through the movie, he's just like, "Fuck it, I'm not a knight. I'm giving up on this shit. Peace out, brothers." And then he just fucks off. So yeah, that's good for him. And then finally, you got the new Megan Fox, who I don't know who the fuck the name is. She's a philosopher. That's all I know. That piqued my interest. She's vaguely, on the Michael Bay scale of attractiveness. She's okay. And she got some bants. There was a forced romance scene that was a bit weird, but then what do you expect from Michael Bay apart from forced romances everywhere? So yeah, that's all the what went wells. Now we move on to the what went wrong of the movie. To be fair, the list is actually vaguely even for both sides. But I've got a lot more ranting to do with what went wrong, so we'll just get started with Michael Bay doesn't fucking understand race. Now, this prime example can be seen in number 2 with the fucking racist Mexican robot.
Hey, Mudflap, what are we gonna do with this shrimp taco?
Just bump a cap in his ass, throw him in the truck, and then nobody gonna know nothing, not me.
Yeah, not in my trunk.
So whatever the fuck they call the ice cream ones. The first time I watched it, I didn't fucking realise what was going on. I just accepted it. It was quite funny. The second time I watched it, I was like, nah, that's quite racist. And he's carried this on vaguely through the kids, because the kids aren't such a big part of it. You don't really see it that much, a lot. So for example, the black kid, he wears a T-shirt that says "Basketball is my girlfriend," stuff like that. The black kid, the geeky black guy goes, "Don't shoot," because he's black, and he's like the first one to raise his hands up. The robots, there's like the fucking hillbilly twat who likes guns because he's American, and everyone's Americans, not Americans. You got the ninja guy. The ninja guy doesn't really fucking do anything. The most racist part, I have to say, is the English thing, because it's so fucking stereotypical and it's just painful to watch. So they all always drink tea. Every single scene there is like either a woman or Anthony Hopkins or the fucking anyone just drinking tea, or they mention tea or something like that. You have to, because it's England, you have to have every single famous landmark. There's never not a famous landmark in sight. So you had Big Ben, you had the fucking London Bridge. You didn't have London Tower, which is kind of weird. You didn't have the Shard either, which is also weird. But you had 10 Downing Street, you had the fucking Gherkin, you just had most of the London sites, and that's where most of everything was based upon, because they're fucking idiots. And you can't just not have it in the UK without a London site. Their mentality is weird, but okay, fine. Anthony Hopkins was also quite stereotypical. He was like, it was quite mad. Yes, mad, indeed, mad. He was like a British sociopath. He was like, because he acted in Hannibal. He was pretty much Hannibal. Some British twat who was just psychotic, but he was actually good. So that's fine. Cogman was just kind of racist, like the British butler. He had his hand like tucked inside his sleeve. He was like, "Oh, if you die, I won't miss you," like the sarcastic butler. It was just kind of annoying. And then the fucking World War One tank, which had dementia because it was there for so long, and it was fumbling about and had like all the British like hats and stuff. I don't know. The racism thing is not that big of a deal. I don't know why I make it such a big deal, but after seeing number 2 for a second time, I've realised it more and more in Bay's movies. Oh shit, yeah, actually. He's toned down the sexuality, which is nice-ish. I don't know. I'm more mature now, so it's nice that he turned down maturity. This isn't that professional, I just realised. But hey, whatever. Another what went wrong is that he's pretty much scrapped all the old characters. The only new characters, the only old characters that have remained are Barricade, the head of Starscream, Optimus, Bumblebee, and like some brief cameos from the FBI agent, the one that Bumblebee pisses on. I don't know his name. I'll add it in. I'll add it in. That's it. That's the old cast. There is nobody new. Oh, there's also Wheelie, the Decepticon that rapes Megan Fox's leg.
Name's Wheelie. Yeah, say my name.
But he does nothing. So I mean, good for him for surviving for so long. But apart from that, no one else. Everything else is new cast. We don't know any of them because Michael Bay doesn't know how character development works. In the first act, we literally had like 5 minutes of character development. It was like, Grimlock, spit the car out. Oh no. Bumblebee, let's have a fight. And that led nowhere, which was a shame because it would have been nice if the Autobots like had a fight within each other, like Avengers style, and then you got together at the end to fight the greater evil, which is Megatron or the big planets. I'm not going to name which one. It was Cybertron. Fuck it, you don't need to go see the movie. It's a shit movie. Fuck, okay. And so yeah, apart from that, it's just new characters who we don't know about, so we don't know whether to love or hate, and it's kind of annoying. And they also brought in even newer characters such as Mohawk.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
He's like a fucking motorcycle, but he transforms into like a shark face with a mohawk, and he talks all gangster. He's like, Mtron, where are you? Where you at, cuz? And all that shit. It's just gay. I'm glad he died like instantly. It's weird because they got all these new guys literally for product, like to sell toys, and then just kill them off to make way for the next wave in like episode 6, which is weird, but also clever marketing. Well done, Michael Bay. I tip my hat to you. Well done to feed off of capitalism in such a way. Fucking Karl Marx would be very upset with you. Another what went wrong is that the plot was completely nonsensical. Basically, the first act, they explained what was like the King Arthur storyline. They explained that shit. That bit was okay. I could understand that bit. Then they had, like, in the second act, they had the scene where they went to Anthony Hopkins and they were like, hey man, what the fuck's going on here? He started explaining stuff with, like, Wickians and fucking swords and stuff. They basically got the plot from every other Transformers movie, changed it up so it happened, like, back in time in the 1600s. Then called it a staff, and then said that was an original plot. That's it. It's just the same plot as every single other one, apart from it happened previously in history. So, great job, Michael Bay. You really know how to keep an audience on their feet with those original ideas. Another thing is that a watch killed Hitler. That's right, a fucking watch killed Hitler. I mean, I suppose it makes if there's a universe where fucking living robots walk along the streets, just chill, I can accept the fact that a watch killed Hitler. However, my friends got kind of annoyed of it, so I kind of just have to put it in there. It's kind of quite funny, actually. The robots, they have either weird personalities or no personalities. So as I said before, Cogman, he has some like interesting moments. He has some quite funny moments. Other times they called him like a sociopath and schizophrenic, but it was in such a fucking weird thing. It wasn't like intimidating. It wasn't weird in a quirky way. It was just fucking weird. I don't understand. He like torpedoes out of a submarine at one point to catch tuna, in order to give the two like main characters a romantic dinner. What the fuck are you doing? You're a Transformer. Just transform and kill Megatron. That's literally your only job. Why are you failing at your job? So I mean, and also there's no fucking threat anymore. So you know, previously like Megatron was like the evil bad guy. He then was sidelined because there was bigger bad guys, so Sentinel Prime, and then was brought back, i.e. Galvatron, which is kind of bullshit. He's back again. He's kind of the main villain. He's not even a villain anymore. He's just a fucking guy that's there that just vaguely opposes Megatron, Optimus, and all he goes is, "You are my brother." That's the only character development. That's the most honest character development we ever see. You are my brother. The fact that he is his brother is never explained. Like, I know it's meant to be like spiritual brother, but that's never fucking explained. What the fuck? And that's the most character development they ever get out of it. Anthony Hopkins dies at the end of this. Spoilers again. I mean, just don't fucking watch it. Just listen to this. Anthony Hopkins dies, but because we don't know who the fuck Anthony Hopkins is, and he's been out of the film for like half an hour, because he was like, "Nah, I'm not a knight. Fuck this." And then he comes back anyway for some reason, and then dies. I mean, no one cares. Poor you, Anthony Hopkins. Collect your paycheck and fuck off. God damn, just leave quietly. But yeah, they had like a 2-minute emotional scene where Cogman was like, "Oh no, it's so sad." But again, these are like small gripes that I have. It's just these small gripes that have collected over the series, and the fact that they keep fucking repeating, and Michael Bay doesn't change it, and we still are fucking consumers, so we still fucking partake in this. It's just vaguely annoying. It's just collectively very annoying. Another sorry. The biggest problem I have with this movie, I'm just gonna try and climax it. Which is more than the Transformers did. They didn't have a climax. They just kicked Megatron out of the ship, and that was it. That was the entire climax. But that's not the thing that annoyed me the most. The thing that annoyed me the most is that in all the trailers they were like evil Megatron, evil Optimus. Sorry for triggering everyone. G1 is shit. They were like, evil Optimus. Oh no, evil Optimus. He kills Bumblebee and stuff like that. And you know, I was like, okay, why would they show this? Maybe they're gonna do some mad plot twist where he actually does kill Bumblebee, or he actually does carry on remaining evil and he joins Megatron for a bit and they like fight together like brothers. That would have been cool if they actually fought like brothers, together side by side instead of against each other, like with no character development. But no, it was just the cliched. Oh, they literally did a Martha from
Why did you say that name?
Batman vs Superman. They literally went, "Hey, let's give Bumblebee his voice at the very last second to say like, oh no, Optimus, I've known you for the longest time," in his shitty voice. I mean, I preferred his radio voice first of all. Second of all, I mean, they literally just went, "Nah, man, just stop it." And then Optimus just went good again, and then he saved the day, and then he did a shitty little monologue. The entire epicenter of your trailer was to show off how evil Optimus was going to be. Then you had him for 3 minutes going, "Can I have the spear?" They gave him the spear. He fucked off. Bumblebee fought him for 2 minutes. He was going to kill Bumblebee. Bumblebee just went, "Nah, fuck it," and then he just turned good again. That was it. That's all the evil you're getting, and that would have been fucking interesting if he actually remained evil, or if he became evil sooner and actually did something about it. But he didn't do anything to further the plot, because then straight after he turned good, Megatron just beat the shit out of him vaguely, and just stole the star from him. So nothing happened. There was no reason for him to turn evil at all, apart from everyone to say, you what did they say? They were like, "You betrayed the last knights," so they all started beating him up. But then he just fucking plot armored his way out of it because he's Optimus Prime. They're not going to kill the main fucking lead, are they? I wish they did. That would be nice. No, actually, I wish they brought back all the old guys. That would be nice. That would be beautiful. The plot is paper thin. Oh yeah, and sorry. The final thing is just the fact that they're just selling toys. The entire purpose of this is selling toys. They had Mohawk. They killed Mohawk. He was there for like 5 minutes. I mean, he was an annoying character, yes, for sure. But they literally brought him on to kill him and then sell the toy and be like, "Hey man, be a fan of Mohawk because he's cool. He's got a Mohawk. He's hip with the kids." Oh, that shit. I mean, that's annoying. The most annoying like fucking product market placement. There wasn't actually that much product placement now that I think about it. Michael Bay did well this time to like fix some of the issues of Age of Extinction, but then just kept the same formula, so he just remained with the same fucking issues. But the worst like toy selling thing. Today we went to Toys R Us and we were looking for a PS4 controller. Okay, we're not gay. And then we just happened to glance at the Transformers aisle, and we saw what was it? A fucking Berserker Decepticon. It basically just looked like Predator from Predator, and we were like, oh, okay, that's a thing. Our hopes for this movie have been diminished a lot because they literally just stole from another franchise outright. That's kind of annoying, I suppose. But then they literally showed him for 2 seconds. Like Megatron was doing a negotiation with the government. They were like, "Which Decepticons do you want?" "Oh, I want Berserker." They showed a 3 second shot of Berserker. They like opened his mouth. He screamed. They were like, "No, no, no, you can't have him." And Berserker was never seen again. That was the only time we saw Berserker, and they still managed to push a toy out from this, out of their fucking cancerous fucking womb. They pulled a product. They were like, let's sell this to teens. Why? Why make a character for 3 seconds and then sell him? I get you need to make money. That's understandable, but at least make him worth something. Like if he's a berserker, like make him berserk. Christ, it's just a bit annoying. But yeah, that's all the what went wrongs. They're pretty big what went wrongs, and I'm just too triggered really at this moment in time. I don't remember what triggered me. I think it was the fact that it's 2 o'clock. That's literally it. But yeah, this is very unprofessional. I'll do more professional ones in the future, but this is like my first one. I'm starting out, so you know, I've got to start from somewhere, guys. So yeah, my final verdict for this is that my recommendation is you have to take your friends, and you have to make sure the cinema is empty, because then you can just talk freely and you can laugh at the film at how bad it is, and just make jokes about it, make references to how many other movie franchises they're stealing from. Literally, me and my friends, we were just saying like, that's a bit from Matrix. That's from The Last of Us. That's from Logan. I mean, that's funny. The fact that we can laugh at the film, that's the best part of the film. So yeah, don't go watching it thinking you're gonna go have a great experience. Go watch it thinking, shit, yeah, I wish I had friends so I could actually laugh about this. So yeah, that's my verdict. It's a giant pile of wank. So yeah, that's it. Thank you all very much for watching my first episode on this mini web series, or whatever the fuck it's called, WWW². There we go. And ta-ra! Peace out.